So I love watching this Adam LZ guy on YouTube. I like making YouTube videos, but I like watching them too. I think everyone does. This Adam LZ guys, his fucking channel is pretty badass. 240s and bikes and just cool shit, man. I fucking love it. Okay, earlier guys, I was saying about taking out the fender well here for this one singular wire, which you saw in my last video. So I need to put the fender liner back in and run everything through. If you guys can see, let me get some light. If you guys can see here, there's that one little black line. It has like, you can see like a little bit of red through it. That's the actual wire itself. Running it the whole way up and around here into this little yellow boot on the MK4 Super. There's a little boot there that you usually run wiring through it together. I just put a little slit in it and ran the wire through that and ran it through the backside of the dash. Made it pretty simple. But now I have to put this back in and the fender liner. And it is a fucking bitch to install. It never wants to go in easy. Taking it out, no problem. Installing, always a bitch. So got to do that next. Still got to put my seat back in because I took it out to get into the dash because got to be upside down and always not fun. Still have this. I've had a couple people message me. If anyone still is interested in buying this for the trunk, please let me know. I'd like to get rid of it as soon as possible. I really have no need for it anymore. So let me know, guys. If anyone's interested, please hit me up. I've quoted a couple people at like $400 for it. It wasn't cheap to have made because, well, custom one-off piece. They had to measure the whole trunk of the car, etc., etc. It's wrapped in leather, has sound deadening material on the bottom. So let me know, guys. If anyone's interested, please hit me up, message me. I always keep my email address in the bottom in the comments, so let me know. Okay, another thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. I had these custom-made grounds made, I don't know, about a year ago, year and a half or so. They're 1/4 inch thick, had them wrapped in Raychem DR25. I think people forget how important grounding is and how many issues grounds can really cause you in the long haul. It can cause misfires. Proper connection to an ECU actually I've seen many people with an AEM ECU have multiple issues, so having a proper ground like this can really make a world of difference. So I highly suggest people invest in these. I had a guy, I forget where he was, just make these for me. Technically I could have made them myself, but they were so cheap, and I looked at the material, even having them wrapped in DR25, I forget what it was, something like 20 bucks. I think he made these for me, wrapped in Raychem, which Raychem alone was probably $15. So these were stupid cheap, so it was worth the money. And I do have it pretty good. Here I am hanging with the wife. Have the heat on, hanging out. Dog just chills on the couch too. I gotta finish putting the grounds on that beast yet. And once I get the grounds on, I actually put it back down the ground and should be good to go as my wife looks for stuff on her phone because we have to finish her craft room tomorrow. Aren't you excited, baby?
Yes, thank goodness.
Back on solid ground again, guys. Fucking ecstatically happy right now. Oh, I love the way this car looks on the fucking ground. It looks so fucking mean. Actually, it looks like a really happy car. It looks like it has a giant smile all the goddamn time. I always forget that. It looks like it has a fucking smile. But yeah, stupid happy to have it back down the ground again. Like, oh my God. So yeah, everything back in the ground, put transmission fluid in it. Waiting on the harness. I can't put my catch can on. There's a few things I can't do. I can't put the fan shroud on, and I can't tighten down the hard pipe because that needs to go back to Joel tomorrow to get repainted. So stupid little things, guys. Every time I'm giving you guys a new post, something new for YouTube, it's just little minor things. I'm so close to being there. Oh, another dumb thing, these are a press-in type seal for this. It ripped, so I'm waiting for the new seal to get here. Still no biggie, but yeah. So close, guys. So fucking close to be. So yeah, car's back on the ground now. Just went out here today real quick to go check on some things, and it's fucking snowing and sleeting in Pennsylvania again. Fuck me. I am happy to have the car on the ground. I do need to put the seats and some of the interior pieces back in, which, hold on, I guess you guys should see that too. Interior is kind of out of it because I had to run that one singular wire. I needed to get it through, and I need to run it in a way that looked pretty because I'm anal retentive. So yeah, I had to rip out a lot of the interior just to get to it and stupid panels. And the way Toyota designed this dash is fucking stupid. So you got to take out 20 different pieces to get to this one singular piece. It's stupid, but whatever. It's out. I just need to snap it all back into place now. Yeah, time to put some oil in this thing. I'm gonna put some Brad pen in it here. I've always used this, as you guys saw before. This is what I always use. It's always worked for me for over the years. Has extra zinc in it, etc., etc. Some people don't like it, some people do like it, etc., etc., etc. This is what's worked for me. This is what I like to use. The ongoing oil debate, I know, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. Just being plain and simple. This is what I've used. I know it's worked well for me. I've had other guys that have great success with this also, so I'm sticking with what I know. I'm listening to Korn right now. What kind of music do you guys listen to? I listen to like Korn. I listen to mostly rock and a lot of rap music. Like a lot of rap music. So kind of listen to rock maybe 20-25% of the time. 75% of the time, I'm listening to rap music. Yeah. Crack this open. Really? Look at that. Sweet. A little Earl in it. Just a little bit of Earl. See that? Every time I see it, I'll never get over the fact that it's fucking green. The oil is literally green. Wondering how I run the fuel system in the car. It's very basic. I actually run it directly off the fuel pump module itself. So I showed you guys in the past video that I wired everything up here to the fuel pump itself. I'm using actually the stock wires. So if you see this one red wire here, that's actually the signal to turn the pump on and off. You can see it run the whole way up. That's why I'll maybe get a better view here for you guys. So you can see it run it right there. Then back behind this panel here, there is a fuel box or a control box that actually used to turn on and off the stock fuel pump. There's a red and blue wire, I believe it is. I believe it's red and blue. I'll double check here. That's behind here that you just need to splice into, and that'll control a single pump for you. You don't need to do anything else crazy or go anywhere crazy. That'll control that one singular pump for you back behind that panel. So since I'm only running a one Warbell 450, that's all I need to do, and I shouldn't have a single issue. I've seen many other guys do it. Jose from Kaizen said I can do the same thing. If you guys are kind of seeing a pattern here, Jose helps me out a lot. He's been doing this for 20 some years, so I trust him a lot. So that's how I have it set up right now, and it should be, well, it should be fine for me. I actually have the fuse underneath, like you guys saw in a past video too. I have it underneath by the ECU just for, well, I just thought it'd be nice to have it there. So that's where I have it sitting at right now. My wife also makes craft stuff. She's all happy with herself right now because she made this. I'm not even sure, what is it exactly?
Burlap.
Burlap heart wreath. What she said. I can't say the word.
It's one of the hardest wreaths I ever made. I usually make the circle ones, but this one was super hard because of the circles on the side and then the curve at the bottom.
She thinks she's special. Babe, can you go fix my car now since that's super hard? Can you go fix the car and get it running?
No, because this is what I'm good at.
Okay. Love you.
Love you, I guess.
It must be so fucking cold in Pennsylvania. It's sleeting, then it rained, then it sleeted some more, then we got black ice, now it's raining again. Mind you, this is all within, from 8 this morning till 8 tonight. Within 12 fucking hours, all this happened. Dude, Pennsylvania, what the fuck? Our weather is so fucked up here. Whatever, anyway. Put coolant in the car. I always use Toyota brand antifreeze, which is red. I never use the generic green stuff. I make sure you put the proper coolant in it. Now, why is this? I've been asked this before, and people are like, why spend that money? What does it serve any extra purpose? Well, technically, yes and no. So technically, the cooling properties of it and the chemicals that are in it were designed specifically for the cars and specifically for Toyota vehicles. Now, what do they mean by that? Let's go further into it. So depending on the hoses, what the heater core is made out of, specifically the block. Now it's cast iron block, it's pretty generic, but what I'm more referring to is, say, the heater core and the hoses. Those hoses are meant for certain types of coolant for the most part, if you're getting it specifically from Toyota. The heater core is where I worry the most, as when I was younger, I had a heater core explode on me. Why did it explode? Well, I'm not real sure, but I did find out I had green fucking coolant in the car, and it probably didn't help any. So I try to stick to Toyota brand coolant to try and prevent these kind of issues. Is it 100% necessary? No. But I'd rather be safe than sorry, because if anyone's ever had a heater core explode on them, they know what a bitch it is, because you have to remove the entire dash from your vehicle, replace the heater core, which is not fucking cheap, and then put it all back together. Oh, and on top of it, the inside of your car is full of fucking coolant, which does not want to come out of anything. I had it happen once. I took the carpet out of the car, scrubbed it, cleaned it, scrubbed it, cleaned it, washed it out, never got rid of the smell. I could never get rid of any of it. It fucking drove me insane. I'll never forget the day it exploded. I remember hearing a hissing noise, and it just filled the whole entire passenger side of my 97 Celica. It smelled horrible, and I couldn't go see the girlfriend I was dating there at that time, so I was really pissed that day. So yeah, guys, I highly recommend if you're doing this swap or you're doing your build, always use Toyota coolant. Interior all back in now, seats in. Power. I think people forget this car actually had power seats, which for a sports car was kind of weird even at the time. Nice up and down. It's for your seat. Quite nice. The car is actually still very basic, but I mean, it had some luxuries besides the target top, which everyone knows about for the most part. Power windows, power locks, had climate control. It was kind of a joke. Let me show you. Turn this bad boy on real quick. Well, I guess I can't turn it on. Or at least get some lights on here. My single DIN CD player here. I'll go over that too, but so half the lights are out in my dash, but whatever, I'll get to those too. So if you can see here, it shows 65, 85, 75 there. Technically, Toyota said that we had control. I can tell you right now that shit doesn't work. You set it to 65, it does not stay at 65. You set it at 75, etc. It doesn't keep it there whatsoever. Just a fancier way of having hot and cold. Plain and simple. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're a fucking liar. It does not fucking work whatsoever. Also, why do I have a single DIN with all the double DINs that are out there and they're so cheap? Well, there is no fucking cup holders in this car or anywhere to really store anything. We have an ashtray because everyone needs a fucking ashtray. And we have a super sweet armrest here. And we have our glove box, and that's it. So I use this to store the phone, and then I have a USB port here. So I can at least charge the phone and have a spot for it, because if not, it has to sit on my lap the whole time, which is quite annoying. So at least I have something. I do use this. I take this out, and it does fit a Red Bull, which kind of is convenient, but that's about it. So it's not perfect, and I probably look really dark right now trying to sit in the car and record this, but I don't understand why Toyota didn't at least put something here. I understand it's a sports car, but in the 90s, you thought they would have added something. Me being picky, I should be more of a purist and be like, oh my god, why do I need a cup holder, blah, blah, blah. Well, I fucking drive my car, and I'm a fat American. I like my drinks. Fuck off. So I kind of wish it would have that. I've actually been working on a design to maybe put them in the glove box area in general. Have something where it'd have two cutouts, but the problem with that is still, it's going to be in my way of shifting. So it really does me no fucking good whatsoever. So I've really tried to work out some better ways to do it. I always have my wife with me. I thought about doing the thing, but they have it rest. They have two cup holders that sit right here, where the problem is it would sit where her leg is, so that kind of defeats the purpose also. So it kind of puts me in a rock and a hard place on what to do with all this. I'm putting a cup holder in, which you guys are hearing me rant about a cup holder right now, which really makes me seem like a fat American, which probably isn't too far fucking off. But guys, these LED lights I paid $20 for. If you can see them here, I'm not sure how high quality they come through. $20 from a guy called ladguy.net. I can actually post a link below for you guys too. He's local here to Pennsylvania. Super, super, super nice guy. He makes LEDs for just about every car, and he has them for everything. So I have them all over the entire car, and I think the entire set costs $65 to do the entire vehicle. Another thing I want to get you guys' opinion on, I'm using the stock coil packs. Now, for my power levels, I don't really need to go anywhere else. But what is your opinion on the aftermarket coil packs? So there's the LQ9 coil packs, which is out of the Chevrolet vehicles. And then there is the, I guess, the Mercury engine coil packs that you see the Pro AFI, AEM, etc. use, which are just relabeled coil packs. There's nothing special to them, but they're quite impressive, as you don't need the boosters and all that other stuff. Now, I've seen some of the fastest cars in the world are using stock coil packs, but what is your opinion on them? I don't see the necessity in it if you're using a proper igniter to give it that boost and the right amount of spark. Now, I'm not sure if it can burn out the coil pack over time. That could possibly happen, but the big boys are doing it, and a lot of the other high horsepower guys are doing this also. I know Jose at Kaizen Motorsports has been making a stupid amount of power on stock coil packs and stock igniter. I believe he made something like 1,100 real horsepower on stock coil packs and a stock igniter. Now, he did say the weakness in it was the actual wiring to the igniter itself. It was too thin. All he did was beef up the wiring, and boom, the igniter had the extra power there. Toyota just never gave it enough wiring to give it that extra boost to make it work properly. So all he had to do is add extra wiring, and bam, now you have an igniter that fully works. That's awesome. You can buy a Toyota igniter all day long, and you know it'll be reliable. It's not aftermarket. Not saying some of the aftermarket stuff doesn't work well, but if you can use a stock unit, why wouldn't you? You know it's Toyota reliability, and you don't have to have the issues. That's where I look at stuff. I want to use as much Toyota stock parts as possible. Kind of the reason I love this car, because one, it bolts up, and you know you're not going to have a fucking issue with it because it's reliable. Toyota designed it for a reason. It's going to work well. So I try to stick true to that stuff as much as I can. Another thing I'm going to go ahead and do, which I'm going to have to take it off anyways, I'm going to go ahead and install my catch can on the car. I had this custom made at Empire Performance. Empire Performance is actually, I believe, right outside or in Brooklyn, New York. they're great, and they let you do whatever you want. You tell them what you want. I actually drew this up, I believe, in a CAD. I had a CAD design I drew up, sent it to them, and said, this is what I'm looking for. They said, okay. Got back to me, asked me, do I want to change this? Do I want that? They added these cool little rivets to the side, so I'll mount it in the car here and show you guys. The only issue I'm having with this, if you guys can see, is some of the discoloration in my fittings. These are Red Horse fittings, and I don't know why. This is the second time this has happened now, but they discolor at this spot right here for some fucking reason. I have no idea why. Eric Miller actually sent me new ones just to be safe, and if you can see here, they're discoloring, and I don't know why, but the rest of the fitting doesn't. It just doesn't make much sense to me, so yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and install this real quick, and I just got oil over my hand because I'm a fucking idiot, so yeah. I've got the catch can on. Just want to show you guys what it looks like when it's on. I just put the one bolt in just to hold it there, but it bolts there, and it bolts down right there in that one little spot. Runs all the AN fittings from the back. I kind of twisted them right here, but I'm not sure if I kind of like it that way or not. It kind of looks different. Keeps it from just flapping around. So yeah, that's what it looks like when it's all bolted up. And if you guys can see, it is a tight fucking fit back there. You guys can see here, that is a really tight fit for the AN fittings. Normally, they come off the side of the manifold right here and then wrap around and come back to the catch can. But since this is a billet valve cover from OCD Works, he puts them in the back and rebaffles them so it actually works properly this way. The problem with the stock ones is when they run out the side here, it sits right next to this hot manifold, and they have a tendency to actually melt the lines or actually melt the aluminum fitting. So it's probably better off just doing it this way anyways. These covers aren't cheap, but I really like the way they look, and it looks very streamlined. It makes the motor look, I don't know, it makes the motor look very streamlined and very clean looking, which I like also. I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you as usual. I always appreciate it. Wasn't a whole lot in this one. I'm trying to do small daily updates for you guys on little things here and there. Got another update from Jose today about the wiring harness, which is holding me up still. They had massive flooding in Southern California, where he's at, Kaizen Motorsports. So that's holding things up. He said he'll promise me that no matter what, it'll be out by Friday, and he'll have to overnight it if necessary. So he is standing by his word and then some. So we'll see here. I hope to get it soon, because I had this entire week off. I thought I'd be driving it, messing with it this week. That was my goal. Since I kind of had the time off to screw with it. So it's kind of disheartening that I'm not screwing with it and doing the things that I really wanted to do, but it's kind of one of those it is what it is kind of scenarios. So thank you guys as usual. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and if you can, share this away so I can help another 2JZ friend out. Thank you very much, and have a great day.